Another day of goodies gone live. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Um, if this is your first time, welcome. So, all week I have been live sharing the goods, giving y'all a peek behind the scenes into my goodie shop. I do have a sale coming. So, I wanted to make sure that I give y'all a little insight into a few of my favorite templates inside of the goodie shop. Okay. So Monday we kicked off showing the behind the scenes with my Airtable partner hub. So helping you to track and manage your referral and affiliate partners. I've included my hype machine bot so that you can make swipe copy seamless. Okay. Tuesday, we walked through my support ticket hub to get you out of your inbox when it comes to client requests. So, your inbox, out of Slack, out of Voxer, out of your DMs, when it comes to any sort of client request. So, if you are a done for you service provider, so my brand web designers, my copywriters, my systems people, if you have a membership, a group program, whatever, that support ticket tool is for you. Yesterday, we went into the BizOps Hub where I showed you how I actively use that hub for capacity and availability planning, how I track all of my leads out of Dubsado. But regardless of what tool you use, if you are Dubsado or Honeybook or whatever girly, Notion to track leads, it doesn't really matter. Everything can be tracked inside of that Biz Hub. Today, I am showing you my new content and launch hub and I'm really, really excited about. We're going to get y'all out of them damn Google Docs, okay? I'm committed today. And then tomorrow, I'm going to show you the behind the scenes of my Dubsado DIY course. If you are a Dubsado girly, you probably have seen a few of the 3.0 changes that are rolling out. Doesn't really impact the course a whole lot, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Now, if we haven't met, I'm Ashley, your favorite systems pro, and the lover of keeping shit simple. Okay, so I support solo biz owners, lean business owners, agency owners, you name it, in running their business in the simplest and most efficient way. Okay, I do the work to keep you sane, keep you paid, and keep your business running with or without you. Okay, now I'm gonna get into the goods. If you've been here all week, you've seen the trend. I'm gonna show you the pretty stuff first, right? I'm gonna show you kind of the areas of Airtable that I expect you to use the most, and then I'll show you the data that kind of puts everything together. Okay. So with this hub, whether or not you launch, right? Like I don't really launch my services. Kind of, sort of. But whether or not you launch, this hub can be used to manage all of your content, right? So this view here is just kind of a content stats view, a summary view, right? And it's pulling in the examples that I have inside of the template right now. But think of your social content, right? Especially if you are solo, if you're writing your own content, you're posting your own content, having to just keep up with all the things, right? But at a glance, you want to see, well, okay, well, what was my most popular content, my reaches, my follows, my saves, my shares, all the things, right? And then same for emails. And then if you are launching and you want to link this content to a campaign, you can filter down to see like, okay, for my most recent, September launch, how many unfollows did I get or how many, saves did I get, whatever. Okay. So this is just to give you a quick at a glance view of how well your content's actually performing. But when it comes to writing the content, it should be just as simple. So this view here is for your social content. So think Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, you name it, right? And so I've set this up. It's all editable. So you can edit the content directly from this interface. If you have content pillars, you can add that here. But then also I want you to be able to link it to an offer, right? So I personally, like to push certain offers during certain times of the year. I can link that here. And you'll see kind of why I like to track all of these things here in a second. Again, if it's tied to a campaign, you can tie it to a campaign. You can write all the things, write the caption, your hashtags, your URL, your images. And then once it's scheduled or posted, you can come back here and document the metrics as well, right? Now, you can click to schedule. By clicking schedule, what it will do is change the status of this record from to be written to be scheduled. You can actually, something that I just did for a client of mine recently was once they click schedule, the automation will run and actually create a task in ClickUp for their EA to go schedule this content, right? Because again, we want, like, I don't know about y'all, but like when I'm in a groove actually creating content, I don't want to have to, pull up something here, go find some other stuff here, pull all the data, pull all the information from somewhere. I want to be in a groove cranking through, right? You can also click to repurpose. So let's say this one, for example, is scheduled, or I want to change the filter so that I can see, instead of written stuff, I want to see, something that was already posted, right? If I want to click to reschedule, it will make a full copy of this entire record, and then put it in a to be written status. So that allows you, so think about your upcoming Black Friday sales, right? My sale is pretty similar-ish to a sale I ran last year. I can go find the content, click repurpose, duplicate it, update the dates, update any changes to it, update any images, and then reschedule, right? So again, I'm not going back because y'all not gonna find them Google Docs. Y'all really not, or you're not gonna find the content that you need inside of them Google Google Docs. If we're being honest, if y'all just really want to be for real with me right now, okay? And yes, you can create new content from this view as well. So I click the plus sign, and maybe you just want to drop in a title for now, and you'll come back to the rest. You can click create, and then you'll have the ability to still see everything else here. Okay, so again, I can crank out my content in minutes. This is social content. Email content is just as easy. The email that I sent today to remind folks about this session was written in my content hub, right? I like to structure this interface in how I would actually write the copy. And this is probably very similar to most of y'all too, right? So when I want this to go out, if you want them to go out at a specific time, you could add a field for that too. What offer this is tied to, the campaign, again, if relevant, the subject, the preview, the body, my graphic. Something that I do in my own content hub is I now have kind of like little sections at the bottom of my email of like where you can find me this week or things that you need to know, right? I just added additional fields for those at the end of here so that, again, when I'm writing, I can make it as easy as possible for me to crank this content out, okay? Now, if you are a launch girly, right? If you have campaigns of any kind, the best thing is to, be able to see at a glance, how well am I performing? How well is my launch doing, right? My campaign. And so this is set up so that you can connect Thrivecart or Dubsado or Stand Store or I don't know, just Stripe, right? To be able to track your campaign revenue, how close you are, how far you are to your goal. And then I call it a signature event, but if you do webinars or master classes or I don't know, challenges or anything like that prior to your open cart, this is a way for you to track that information, right? So if you want to track the leads that come in for that event, you can see all of that information here, where they came from, when they signed up, your program enrollments, all the things right here for you at a glance, right? So it's already set up. All you need is the data inside. You don't have to go recreate this in any way. From a campaign management perspective, so this allows you to set up that information that would feed into the campaign overview, right? So if you have a quarterly launch coming up and it's for offer 2, this is when it starts, this is when it ends, this is my goal, right? I want to make 20K. I want to have, 30 people enrolled in that campaign. I can see the content that is tied to this campaign, right? So it allows you to see everything together in one place. Now, on the back end, the data side of it, of course, with all of my templates, I will guide you through how I recommend you set this stuff up. But the one piece that I do want to show you guys is kind of my offer tracker. This is very similar to what is inside of my Biz Hub. If you don't have that, you could just use this. If you do have the Biz Hub, you can link it here so you're only updating things in one place. But really, I wanted you guys to be able to link your content to your offers, right? So for a lot of us that might have multiple brands or multiple offers or whatever, you can be able, you can link things out. You can see, just kind of tracking the additional information, the deliverables, the payment options, the offer links, all of the things here within this actual offer tracker. And then again, when you're writing the content, you can say, okay, this why content is important is tied to this offer. Okay. For the most part, you probably won't be in this side of the inner or inside of the base, but I gotta show it anyway, right? If you are more of a spreadsheet type of lover, then this would work well for you, right? You can easily, if you have a lot of your content in like a Google Sheet or anything like that, actually, even if it's in a Google Doc, what you could do is take that Google Doc, put it in Chat GPT or Claude or something like that, and tell it to put it in an Excel like format. And then you can copy and paste that right into this Airtable base, right? So everything is broken out. Again, the titles, the statuses, all of this can be customized to meet your needs. The content type, the pillars, I don't know if anybody really does that anymore. But then again, you can see all of the information that you need to see that you actually care about across your social content, across your email content. This allows you again to really kind of come back and see. I like to look at my email performance often, like especially if I get in a rut of what the hell should I be posting, right? So I'll kind of come back in and I'll see, well, what had the highest open rate or what had the highest click-through rate? And then I can duplicate that, repurpose it, update anything that needs to be updated, and then drop, a new date in it and have it scheduled out, right? So again, you can't do that in a Google Doc. Yeah, you can separate things with tabs now in Google Docs. You can duplicate the tab, but you still have to go through, do some control F, you searching, you trying to find stuff. No, now instead you can look across all of your emails. You could filter this down to one specific offer, right? Hey, I am doing a push for offer one. I filter down on offer one. Hey, what emails popped off for offer one, right? I can quickly duplicate the content, rewrite it for my next launch or campaign or whatever. Okay. Again, just kind of the back end of my the lead tracker for your campaigns. So again, if you do paid webinars, master classes, whatever, you can track all of that information here and then link it to the campaign. All of my templates come with Zapier templates. If you use Make or something like that, that's no problem either. What I do include in all of these templates is I call it my goodies guarantee, right? So if you have a question, whatever the question is, at any point in time, like whenever you snag this template, you can submit that question to me, right? If it's a year from now, you can submit that question to me because, again, I want you to be able to use these templates. I want you to be able to actually put them into action, right? So, again, this is the boring stuff, right? Like, you don't really care about this data piece, but I'm going to show it anyway, okay? You can see the information here, how it's tied to the overall interface view, being able to track sales, tracking it by offer, tracking it by lead. All of the things that you need is in one single place, okay? Again, if you are just joining me, this content hub is for my evergreen girlies. If you don't launch, but regardless, you push a campaign of some kind for your offers, for you to easily write email and social content, for you to easily tie content to a specific offer, for you to easily repurpose this content, right? I want to get y'all one Google Doc at a time. I'm gonna get y'all to retire those one way or another. Okay. Again, with these views, you can filter down to things that are still scheduled, need to be scheduled, posted, available for repurposing. For a specific offer, you can filter this down to a specific offer, a campaign, a pillar, you name it. But now you don't have to think about, okay, where's my Google Doc? What emails performed best? You can see all of that information here at a glance. Take action on it, write your content, schedule it, send it to your VA, all of the things in one place. Okay. Now, I did mention this already, but this exact template is going on sale Monday. So everything in the goodie shop, all of my Airtable templates, my Dubsado templates, my ClickUp templates, my productivity templates, you name it, are on sale starting Monday. No code needed. Okay, so you'll log into the site, go shop away. Everything will be on sale Monday through November 15th. As I mentioned, everything includes a goodies guarantee, so you can ask questions at any time after you snag the goodie. If you decide, look, this all looks good, Ashley, but I don't have the time or energy to set this up, no worries. I can do that for you as well, friend. So every product has the option for you to get your done for you template install. Okay. Now I'm going to drop in the chat the link. If you are not already on my email list and you want to be notified when the goodies go on sale, go ahead and drop your email into that link there. If you have questions, if you are here live or if you're watching the replay and you have any questions about this template, anything that I've shown you so far this week, definitely drop it here. I will make sure to come on back and check in with y'all, answer any questions, hop in my DMs, come on over to Threads, Instagram, solution.integrators. But I'm excited for y'all to get out y'all Google Docs, get out y'all spreadsheets, get out y'all sticky notes, and put your content inside of this Airtable Hub. Of course, if you are a Dubsado girly and you are interested in my Dubsado DIY course, I will be back same time tomorrow. But until next time, I will see y'all later.